Hey guys, John here. So lately I've been messing around with the Twitter API a little bit, and so I thought I would do a tutorial where I show you guys some of the stuff that I've learned. So you might be able to see it back here. I just got done finishing recording that tutorial for you. And so inside of it, I'm going to show you how to connect to the Twitter API, how to get tweets, how to send tweets, how to create an app over in Twitter so that you can even get the access keys and tokens and all that stuff to be able to interact with the Twitter API using OAuth. So if that's something that you're interested in learning how to do, then you'll want to check out this video. Also, one of the things I always get asked is where can you find the source code? All my source code for all my tutorials is at johnmorrisonline.com/Patreon. So head on over there if you want to get access to the source code as we go through it. All right, let's hop on over to the computer and we'll dig into it. So the first thing we'll want to do is head on over to twitteroauth.com. This is a library for interacting with the Twitter OAuth REST API. Really makes everything pretty simple. You'll see there's a bunch of instructions and stuff down here that you can go through. But what you'll want to do is actually hit the source link up here. And that's going to take you over to GitHub where you can actually download the source code. So if you're using Git, you can clone it, you can do all of that stuff, or you can just simply download the zip if you're doing it kind of the old-fashioned way, which is what I'm doing. So you just download the zip, extract that zip file, and once you have access to the folder, then you'll put it in whatever your working folder is for the project that you're running here. For me, I'm using Cloud. I'm kind of testing Cloud 9 as an IDE since Nitrous went away, and so I just uploaded it. I created a folder called Twitter API. I uploaded that Twitter OAuth folder into that one, and then I created a file called index.php, which is where we're going to do all of the stuff that we're going to do. All right, so that's the first thing that you need to do is get Twitter OAuth, get it into your folder, get it in the right space, all that stuff. Next thing you'll need to create an app inside of Twitter. So you can go to apps.twitter.com. And if you click over here you'll see over here on the right hand side, you can click create new app. So it'll take you to a page like this. And so I'm just going to do Twitter API demo like this. Demo app for the Twitter API. You can see I kind of already went through and did this a little bit, but we're going to just kind of copy all the same stuff. And check to agree to the developer agreement and then create your Twitter application. Now it does need to have a unique name and all that. So you may get some errors that say, hey, that name of that app already exists. That's why I put parentheses John Morris on mine, as a matter of fact. But that'll get the app created for you and so forth. What you need out of here, ultimately, the reason you need to create this app is because you need access to the keys and access tokens. So we'll click over to that, and you'll see you have your consumer key here. So we'll go ahead and just copy that one. And this is a little kind of tedious, but we just got to do this. So we'll copy our consumer key over here. And then we will get our consumer secret. Now, I'm going to be deleting this app as soon as I'm done here, so you seeing these doesn't really matter, but obviously you don't want to share these or let other people see these because these are going to allow people to interact with your Twitter account. All right, then down here you'll probably have something like this where you need to actually create your access tokens. So you just go ahead and click that, and then you'll get your access tokens. And so we'll go ahead again and copy and paste these over into our program here. Now you'll notice that I've set these across the top. I've in our file here, I've just kind of set these as variables here so I can use them easily throughout the rest of my code. I don't have to constantly re-copy and paste them and so forth, which obviously I recommend you do. All right, so once we have that, then we've done the first thing that we need to do is get all of our keys and tokens over here so that we can work with them. From there, then we're going to include and use our OAuth library. So this first line is just including the files that we need. We need this autoload.php, and we're referencing this Twitter OAuth folder here. So again, whatever you name this folder here, that's what you need to put here, and then it's just autoload.php inside of it. Next line, we're just going to use this library. From here, we're going to connect to the API. So far, all of this stuff actually really is over in the documentation on twitteroauth.com. So you can kind of follow that if you need a reference point. But next, we're going to connect to our API. So we're going to start the connection. A new instance of Twitter OAuth. We're going to pass in our consumer key, our consumer secret, our access token, and our access token secret, which we all specified up here. And then we're going to actually run and verify our credentials here. So we're actually going to kind of connect and verify our credentials. You could print this out and it would give you some information about the account that you've just verified with. So the actual Twitter account. Right, so this is getting account information here, but this verifies our credentials and lets us access the rest of the API. The next thing then that we do here is we'll create a new tweet. So it's really simple with this class to create a new tweet. Again, all you reference your connection that you made up here. So connection, and then we're going to use the post method, and we're going to post to statuses/update. So we're going to be creating a new update. And then from there, all we do is we actually just pass in our status here. Okay, we're using brackets, and then we're passing in status, and this tweet was sent via Twitter API, tutorial coming soon. Obviously, that's what I'm recording right now. So this is going to create a live tweet actually over on my Twitter, and we'll take a look at that here in a second. So just the post method, sending it to this resource, statuses/update, and then just using this syntax in order to actually create our tweet. Very straightforward. And then after that, so we can see that tweet was actually posted both via the API and then I'll show you it on my Twitter account. We're actually going back in and we're going to use the get method to get statuses. Here we're getting it from the home timeline. So we're getting it from the home timeline of the account that we have authorized to use. So again, you're basically authorized to use a specific account in here. And so I'm using my own account, so I'm getting my home timeline here. I'm going to get the last 25 tweets, and I'm going to exclude replies, and then we're just simply going to print those out. All right, so that's what's happening here. I'll go ahead and hit run project so that we can run this, and then I will go over here to preview. And actually, before we do that, we go to my Twitter account. I'll just refresh this. You can see that I don't have that tweet on here. I have a bunch of other tweets I posted manually, so you can see that it's not there right now. So then I'll go to preview, and I'll preview the running application. This is just kind of a function of the way Cloud9 works. And then I'm going to go to my folder, Twitter API. And so you can see we're getting some sort of error here. It says cannot authenticate you. When this happens, the very first thing to look at is your keys up here. And if you'll notice up here, I have a big space over here. So that can happen when you're copying and pasting this stuff. So just pay attention to that kind of thing as you're going through this. So I'm going to save those changes and we'll refresh this. Should get rid of our error. And now you can see we're getting all of the different tweets. So I'm going to just view frame source here. And you can see now we have a list of all of our different tweets. And you can see the latest tweet that was sent was the one that we just sent out. This tweet sent via the Twitter API, tutorial coming soon. So that tweet was actually sent. If we come back over here to my account, you can see it's now says view one new tweet. I click that open and you can see that tweet was sent. All right, so that is how to use the Twitter API to connect, to be able to get tweets, to be able to send tweets, and all the different stuff that you want to do with Twitter inside of PHP. All right, now one of the things I want to recommend to you, if this is something that you're really interested, you really want to take a deep dive into working with Twitter, working with really just APIs in general, and kind of upping your PHP skills, then you can actually learn how to build a full-fledged kind of Twitter client with the Complete Web Developer course by Rob Percival. I've got you access to that course at a significant discount. If you go to johnmorrisonline.com/CWDC, that's Charlie Whiskey Delta Charlie. So johnmorrisonline.com/CWDC. I've got you a significant discount on the course. You're going to learn how to create a full-fledged Twitter client, Google Maps API, I think some general API stuff. And then, of course, it's got HTML, CSS, PHP, MySQL, Python, all sorts of different stuff that you're going to learn inside that course. Comes with my highest recommendation. So again, johnmorrisonline.com/CWDC in order to get that discount. All right, thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and we'll talk to you next time.